2022, you're going to sell your house and the agent says, let's do an auction. Or they say, let's put a price on the house. Or they say, let's do offers over. Or they say, let's do a tender process or a price on application, or simply call the agent for the price. Which ones are a complete waste of time and which ones are applicable? Well, we're going to answer that today. And let me say, all of this, the information I'm going to give you is based on the current market we're in, which is a really great real estate market. So for a different market, there's different strategies, which probably brings me to my first point. So the first point I'm going to make is to use a strategy in this market that was used 2 or 3 years ago in a completely different market is an absolute waste of time on the agent's part and on your part as a seller. So you've got to educate yourself as to what works and what works best in this type of market. What doesn't work is an auction. Auctions are designed for unique property in very specific markets where you really can't put a price on the house. Auctions typically are used by one company in particular to avoid putting a price on the house. So they want you as a seller to think you can get any price on the house. You'll mention a price way above where the market can even reach, and the agent says, well, let's go to auction to try and see if we can get it. The agent knows they can't get it, but they don't want to tell you that in fear they may lose the listing. So that's kind of the smoke and mirrors with an auction. Same thing is no price marketing. Officially on the market without a price or call the agent for a price. Complete waste of time. You will lose 20 to 30% of all the buyers if you do an auction in this market, if you do a price on application, tender process, or call the agent for a price. Because buyers will make an assumption that the seller is really unmotivated and that's why they're not actually putting a price out there. So that's my first point I want to make. Don't be fooled into doing an auction just because you see statistics being manipulated to tell you how great they are. They are not as great as what they are made out in this market. So I sound a little bit wound up then, and I probably am because I'm tired of this sales manipulation that goes on in the marketplace for agents and agencies doing what's best for them, not what's best for the consumer and for the buyer buying your house. And by what's best, I mean getting as many buyers in and making it easy for them to buy your house at that premium price. So in my opinion, 35 years plus experience now, almost $1 billion worth of real estate sold, there are 2 strategies in this market to get a house sold. One is putting a price on the property. The other is doing an offers over strategy. And I'll explain both and tell you the pros and cons of both right now. So number 1, putting a price on the property. That is perfect if you only want to attract the buyers that are in that price range, not higher, not lower, but exactly at that price. Let's say it's $1 million. Put it on the market $1 million. It will sell for maybe $1 million, maybe higher, maybe lower, but any buyer you attract will be in that price range. That's the biggest advantage. You don't get people that are looking for a house down here or up here. You get people in this price range. Now, the disadvantage with this system, if they're only looking in this price range but they can afford this, they don't see your house. That's the problem, because buyers tend to shop from the bottom up. So they might look at $800,000, $900,000, $1 million. So they might find this property here, but they might find a better property that suits them at 1.1 million. So the disadvantage of pricing with a price is you may not attract that buyer that's shopping lower but can afford more. The second strategy, and the only other one that I've been using for the past couple of years in this type of market, is an offers over strategy. So let's say the property is worth $1 million right here. We will market the property at offers over $900,000. So we get those buyers that are shopping lower and shopping up that can afford $1 million, see yours at $900,000, go in and have a look and then make an offer over that price. Now, how far over may they offer? Well, the latest one I had that was priced at $999 sold for over 1.2. So sold 20% over the offers over price. So you have to take that into account when you're doing offers over. So the offers over advantage is you get people shopping lower but can afford more. The disadvantage of offers over is we don't know how far that buyer is going to go over. They may go $1 over, or they may go 200,000 over. We just don't know. But that being said, the control is always with you, the owner, as to what you're willing to accept. Are you willing to accept $1 over, or do you want to hold out for 200,000 over? It's your choice. So even though it's a disadvantage not knowing how far up the buyer will go, it's an advantage because you have ultimate control. And not unlike an auction, if the highest you get listing at offers over 1 million is 1,100,000, that's what the market's telling you. So at that point, you either accept that price or you take it off the market and you wait for the market to catch up to where you hope the price is going to be. So that's it. So kind of in conclusion, as a consumer, as a seller, always make sure the agent tells you a price. Don't say to them, I'm hoping to get 1.3, because the agent will say, oh, well, we'll try for that. You want to get the agent to commit to a price that they think the property's worth. It doesn't mean that's actually what it's going to sell for, but you want that agent to put some dollars on the line, to put their reputation on the line and pick a price. Don't let them weasel out of telling you a price by letting them say, well, let's go to auction and see what the market will bear. Or you say, I want 1.3. Well, let's see if we can get it. No. I want to know what you think as an agent as to what my property's worth, period. So that's the strategy. So that's it. This is the first video of 2022. There'll be one every single week and a market update every single month. If you're selling, love to get the call. If you're buying, call me. I'll definitely help you. And if you're a landlord, we'll show you what we do differently to get your property managed professionally. That's it for now. Have a great year.